Together with Earle Sports Bets, yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle, and we've got another day of sports. It's going to be a smaller or shorter show. We've got 9 baseball games, but we're only going to talk over 8 of them because there's still no starting pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk about that game, but we will also mention the NBA playoffs, Game 2 between the T-Wolves and the Thunder, and the NHL playoffs, Game 2 between the Panthers and the Hurricanes. Before we jump into it, we'll go ahead and look back at yesterday, what went right, what went wrong in the world of sports betting. And, hey, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and now Wednesday, 5 straight profitable days up on the site. We were up 4.45 units yesterday. Over this 5-day stretch, we've been on fire, up 17.7 units. A big thing, I believe, has been baseball, which has been up 12.2 units during that time. NHL, I believe, is up a little bit. NHL is up $5. Okay. And then NBA is up 4. So we're having a nice little run over the little bit of a stretch that we've had over since Saturday, up 7.75, 17.7 yesterday. Pittsburgh Pirates under the total of 8 was a nice winner. That game finishes 3-1. Everybody thought I was crazy. I said I'm taking the Baltimore Orioles plus 110. They win in 11 innings, 8-4. Nice winner there. Houston was a disappointment for me. I should have known that they were going to suck. The White Sox. White Sox were so close. I mean, they went down early. They ended up taking a 4-3 lead. Seattle ties it in the 6th. The White Sox take the lead. Right? They take the lead? No, they tied it back up. Right? No, they took the lead. Yeah, no, they took the lead in the 7th just for the Mariners to score 2 and take the lead in the top of the 8th. Unfortunately, they lose that one. That was a plus 132. One that was never in doubt. How about the Toronto Blue Jays yesterday? I said Toronto run line plus 135. They win 14-0. Big win there. WNBA yesterday was good too. I had the Dallas Wings plus 12.5. That line opened up at an 8.5. It jumped all the way to 12.5. And I kind of told myself, hey, I'm fading this this market movement because that's way too much. And it was because Dallas loses by 4. Same deal with the LA Sparks. I took them plus 6. They lose by 3. That line opened up at like a 2.5, and it jumped all the way up to a 6. So I faded that one. The over in the Pacer game. Holy shit, what a game. Pacers forced that game into overtime after being down 14 with, a minute and a half to go? Insane. Or a minute 40, whatever it was. And they ended up winning in overtime 138-135. Chances are, I'm going to say that one went over the total. How about the Dallas Stars yesterday? Down 3-1 going into the 3rd period, and put up 5 goals on Edmonton to take a 1-0 lead in that series. Dallas moneyline minus 125 was a winner, and then Oakland gets blown out to end the night. But up 4.45 units. It's been a really, really good run, and I'm ready to hopefully make it 6 days profitable in a row after today. We'll go ahead and say hi to the chat. What's up with Juan Soto not swinging? I don't care. I don't want to dive deep into this. Guys, it's May. It does not matter. He will get his act together by the end of the season, by playoffs. The Mets are 10 games over 500, and he hasn't even begun to swing the bat good. So once he gets it under control, the Mets are going to be one of the best teams in baseball. They're already one of the best teams in baseball. So I'm not concerned about it. I'm not. You shouldn't be worried about it at all. But we'll go ahead and jump into today's card, and we'll start in New York with the Rangers and the Yankees. The Yankees minus one, not 115. That was yesterday. They're 165 favorites with a total of 7. I guess I forgot to edit that one. With a total of 7 in this one. Nathan Eovaldi taking on Carlos Rodon. Eovaldi has been great this year. Holy crap. 10 starts, a 4-2 record, but a 1.61 ERA, including a complete game. He had a complete game against the Reds in a 1-0 win on April 1st. 61 and a third innings pitched, 11 earned runs, 8 walks, and 65 strikeouts. He's having an absolute resurgence in his career. He has been nothing short of phenomenal. On the opposite side, you got Carlos Rodon, who has pitched in 10 starts this year as well, a 5-3 record, a 3.17 ERA, 59 and 2/3 innings pitched, 21 earned runs, 24 walks, and 72 strikeouts. He has been phenomenal as well. I would say let's go look at the WRC Plus numbers. It doesn't matter for the Yankees. The Yankees are number 1 in WRC Plus against both sides. 128 WRC Plus against righties and 145 WRC Plus against lefties. They're righty. Number 1 in baseball, 128 WRC Plus against righties. And then for lefties, for Texas, 22 WRC Plus, 22 in the league in WRC Plus at 77. So hitting advantage way towards the New York Yankees. It's not even particularly close. We go to the line movement in this one. It opened up at Yankees minus 150, so it has moved towards the Yankees into the 165 range. It opened up at an 8 at minus 120. It's down to a 7 at minus 115. And that's with, let's look at the money. 69% of the bets and 73% of the money's on the Yankees, so it makes sense why the line's moving towards the Yankees. 72% of the bets and 65% of the money is on the over, and it's heading towards the under. And you know how I like to get my day started. And it's gonna be taken under. Let's see if I can get a 7.5 still. I cannot. It's just 7s. I wish I got it last night out of 8, but I still think that this is going to be a very low-scoring game in Yankee Stadium. 2 pitchers that have been solid. 2 solid pitchers. Texas can't hit versus left-handed pitching. It would be a lean towards the Yankees as well, but I'm just going to go with the under 7 to start my day in the MLB. Let's keep on rolling because we got the San Diego Padres and the Toronto Blue Jays. Padres minus 120 in this game with a total of 9. We get Stephen Kolek taking on Braden Francis. Kolek this year has appeared in 3 games. He started all 3, a 2-1 record, a 2.33 ERA amongst 19 and a third innings pitched. He did have a complete game. That was in that 21-0 game versus Colorado. 5 earned runs, which were all in his last start, 15 strikeouts, and 5 walks. So he has been solid his first 3 appearances. Bowden Francis has not been good this year. 9 starts, a 2-6 record with a 5.63 ERA, 46 and a third innings pitched, 29 earned runs, 13 walks, and 36 strikeouts. He has been struggling, and he's allowed 4, 3, 4, 7, and 3 earned runs in his last 5 starts. And the Toronto Blue Jays are 1 and 4 in his last 5 starts. They have lost 4 out of their last 5 starts. We'll go ahead and look at the WRC Plus numbers, both of them against right-handed pitching. You've got the San Diego Padres at 105 WRC Plus, which is tied for 12th in Major League Baseball. You got then you look at Toronto, who has a 99 WRC Plus, which is 22nd. So definitely a hitting advantage towards the San Diego Padres. In terms of market movement, this is the only interleague game today. The line opened up at minus 118 for the Padres, and it's now even moving up because I typed these up an hour ago. And now it's up to a 135, so line has definitely moved towards the Padres, which makes sense because all the money's on the Padres. 79% of the bets, 74% of the money is on the Padres run line. It's 63 and 72 on the Padres money line. We are going to go after this game as well, and I am going to be taking a bounce-back spot for the San Diego Padres, especially after getting absolutely blown out 14-0 yesterday. They have the pitching advantage. They have the hitting advantage. I think this is 100% a bounce-back spot for the Padres. Hitting and pitching advantage for San Diego. Padres bounce back, run line at plus 125. Spanky's run line. I won't talk you off of the Yankee run line today. Lean to the under in the Padres game. I can see the under, although I still don't like the starting pitching matchup. I don't like the pitching matchup for an under. I will say that. Padres run line. There you go. May tail you there, Tim. Pod's money line. I just took their run line because I wanted plus money. So we got two early games to start the day, and I want to quickly put them up on the site. So just give me 2 seconds. Do we have an MLB logo in here? We don't. We'll talk. I'll do that later. It's fine. We'll head to the Colorado Rockies hosting the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies minus 300 in this game with a total of 11. I don't think I've bet a game in this series so far. I believe the Phillies are looking for a 4-game sweep, considering that the Padres are absolutely dog shit, and they are. And all the games have been by the run line. You got Ranger Suarez and German Marquez. Ranger Suarez has only pitched in 3 games, so take his numbers with a grain of salt. 3 starts, a 2-0 record, a 5.09 ERA. He had 1 bad start where he went 3 2/3, allowing 7 earned runs in his first start of the year against the Arizona Diamondbacks, turned into a no decision. 17 2/3 innings pitched, 10 earned runs, once again 7 of those in 1 start, 4 walks, and 17 strikeouts. On the opposite side, you got German Marquez, who has been meh this year. He's pitched in 9 games, started all 9, he's been horrible. 1-6 record, a 8.78 ERA, 40 innings pitched, 39 earned runs, 16 walks, and 21 strikeouts. He needs to get himself the hell out of Colorado. Like, goddamn, he does. He has been awful this year. Looking at what they've been doing when he pitches, they've won his last 2 starts, which, crazy. But in the previous 7, they lost all of them, and 6 out of the 7 were by run lines. The only one that was not a run line was against the Dodgers, which is hilarious. But he only pitched in a 2/3 of an inning in that one. We'll look at WRC plus numbers. The Philadelphia Phillies versus righties are 105 WRC plus, which is 13th in baseball. And it does not matter for Colorado because they're dead last against both sides of pitching. They are awful. We'll go ahead and take a look at line movement and where it's gone. Line actually moved towards Philly. It opened up at 285. It's up to the 295, 300 mark. In terms of the total, it's actually gone from the over was 11.5 at minus 110. Now it's 11.5 at plus 110. So the line's actually moved towards the under. Jesus. The line, the numbers and everything. 90% of the bets and 92% of the money's on the Philly money line, which is stupid. And then 79% of the bets and 85% of the money is on the over. honestly, I just can't bet an over in a Rockies game. Mainly because I don't know if the Rockies are going to score enough, which is, I mean, that makes sense. Even in cores. I'm going to stay off this game. I don't need to get to Phillies Rockies. It's not something I'm going to get involved in. So, over 11 runs. Once again, maybe a team total over for the Phillies. I just don't think I can get to it. No team should be minus 300 in baseball. I don't know. Colorado Rockies are 8-41 this year. That's pretty bad. Maybe they should be. They're projected to get about 40 wins this year. So maybe they should be. Rocks plus 250 sounds gross, but it's a getaway day. It is. And who do the Phillies have tomorrow? Is it a big game tomorrow? Phillies are in Sacramento tomorrow. No. If they're against a division rival or had to travel home or something, maybe. I'll be obviously against Philly tomorrow. Philly money line in the under the total parlay. I don't hate that. I could easily see this one being 7-1 Phillies. Honestly, I can. But cash cow. No, cash cow has to be a home team. Home team in order to be a cash cow. And according to all the lines today, I don't see any potential cash cows. So there you go. We'll head to the Angels and the Athletics. And yes, I'm already going to go put it up, even though, man, it's not been great as of late. But I'm not a quitter. I believe that even though it's a little bit of a rut, they're going to break out of it. And I can get a good price. I believe I just saw 154 on the wrong line. Yep, because I'm not laying 130. Oakland every day. It's just Athletics every day. It's just one of the experiments I'm running. And eventually I'll have the updated numbers for it. But you got Tyler Anderson taking on Luis Severino. Anderson this year, 9 starts, a 2-1 record, a 3.04 ERA, so kind of consistent. He's been one of those solid arms for the Angels this year. 50 and a third innings pitched, 17 earned runs, 14 walks, and 43 strikeouts. He's going to make a contender very happy when they trade for him this year because he's going to be one of the better starting pitchers available at the trade deadline. On the opposite side, you got the biggest contract in Oakland Athletics history, and that's Luis Severino. 10 starts this year, a 1-4 record, a 4.22 ERA, 59 and 2/3 innings pitched, 28 earned runs, 19 walks, and 45 strikeouts. He has been solid enough. I look at why his ERA is up at the 4.22. 1, 2, 3 starts, he allowed 5 earned runs or more. Other than that, he's been solid. And when it comes to it, I'm going to be on Oakland. Well, actually, we'll go look at WRC Plus numbers. Oakland versus righties, or versus lefties, I should say, are just 8th WRC Plus at 112 in the WRC Plus category, just above the New York Mets and just below the Detroit Tigers. Angels versus right-handed pitching are 23rd WRC Plus at 97, so hitting advantage towards the Oakland Athletics. We'll go ahead and quickly look at the line movement. Line opened up at Oakland minus 150. It's down to 125. It makes sense because who's betting Oakland right now besides me? The total has gone from 10.5 minus 115 to the over to 10.5 and minus 109 for the over. So slightly lean towards slight line movement towards the under. All the money's coming in on the Angels, so it makes sense why the line's moving like that. I'm still going to ride the Oakland Athletics every single day. So Oakland here, even though they're 1-9 in their last 10. They're not on a good path, but I'm still going to keep backing them every single day. Because I still believe that they're profitable. Let me quickly look that up. Statistics, money. They might be slightly down. All right, they're slightly down, but that's money lines. I've been doing some run lines, so I still think I'm profitable with the experiment so far. The Athletics pissed me off this week. I like the over. I'm done picking a side in this series. Fair enough. We'll go over to a new series, which will start a 4-game series between the Guardians and the Tigers. The Tigers are minus 140 with a total of 7.5. We got Tanner Bibby and Jack Flaherty going at it. Tanner Bibby this year, 9 starts, a 3-4 record, a 4.06 ERA, 51 innings pitched, 23 earned runs, 17 walks, and 35 strikeouts. He's been solid enough for this Cleveland team as a 3-4 starter. On the opposite side, we get Jack Flaherty, who has been, once again, a guy that's just been solid enough as a 3-4 starter. 9 starts, 2-5 record, 4.44 ERA, 46 2/3 innings pitched, 23 earned runs, 15 walks, 56 strikeouts. Although the Tigers have lost 6 out of his last 7 starts, he did get the win in the last one against the Toronto Blue Jays. We go ahead and look at the WRC plus numbers. Both of them are against righties. The Detroit Tigers are 5th WRC plus against righties at 115 WRC plus. On the opposite side, you got Cleveland, who is 100 WRC plus, which is 21st. So hitting advantage going towards the Detroit Tigers. We'll go ahead and look at the market movement for this one. We got the Tigers opening up at minus 135, and it dropped to 126. Let's see, is it still? Because I did type these up a little while ago. Yeah, I'm seeing 130, so the line has dropped a little bit towards the Guardians. And we look at the money on where that's going. A lot of the money is on the Tigers, and it's moving towards the Guardians. Keep in mind, the Guardians did just play a doubleheader yesterday. That could have a little bit of a effect on it. When I believe the Detroit Tigers did play yesterday. Who did they play? St. Louis. Yeah, they played St. Louis, won 5-1, and then had to travel back home, which is not a far trip. Cleveland had to travel from Minnesota, which also is not a far trip, and only had to play 2 games this weekend. I'm going to grab the Cleveland Guardians here at plus 120. All the money's on the Tigers, and the line's just moving towards the Guardians. Yeah, sign me up for the Cleveland Guardians plus 120 today versus the Tigers. Tigers minus 140. No. Tigers World Series. I think you could have gotten a better number on it preseason. But I mean, they are number 1 in our power rankings right now. Which, actually, mentioning that, let's go ahead and quickly pull up me and Nick's brand new channel started up yesterday. And I'm going to quickly put the link to our first video in the chat. You guys should 100% be checking it out because we did a – where did it – 8 hours here it is, 15 hours ago. We're going to be doing more videos on here. This is our channel of Earle Brothers, and we're going to be doing a lot of baseball content of non-betting variety on there. So, here you go. Guardians first to score prop. I like the Guardians today. Yeah, please, guys, go check out the new Earle Sports Bets, or not Earle Sports Bets, the new Earle Brothers Talk, baseball talk with the Earle Brothers, and check that out so that we can start to grow that channel. We do appreciate everybody who does. Let's keep on rolling. We got a American League East matchup between the Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox. Orioles finally snapped that long losing streak. They got Cade Povich on the mound versus Lucas Giolito on the side of the Red Sox. Cade Povich this year, like most of the pitchers on this Baltimore staff, has not looked good. 8 starts, 1-3 record, a 5.23 ERA, 41 1/3 innings pitched, 24 earned runs, 13 walks, 38 strikeouts. No bueno. On the opposite side, you've got Lucas Giolito, who has pitched all of 4 games this year. A 7 ERA, but I'm not overly concerned about it because it's 4 starts, a 1-1 record, 20 and a third innings pitched, 16 earned runs, 6 walks, 16 strikeouts. He has allowed 6 earned runs or more in half of the starts. So definitely not ideal if you want to win games. So he has not been particularly great to start the year. He was also coming back from an injury. We'll go ahead and look at the WRC plus numbers. The Red Sox versus lefties, 116 WRC plus, which is 5th in the MLB. So good hitting there. On the opposite side, Baltimore, the only side that they can hit against is righties, and 110 WRC plus for Baltimore against right-handed pitching. So I do think they're going to be able to hit as well today. We go ahead and look at the market movements on where it's going. Line opened up at minus 145 for the Boston Red Sox. It's now down to a 125. So line has moved towards the Boston Red Sox. On the flip side, we got an opening line of 9.5 at minus 110 to the over. Now it's 8.5 at plus 105. So line has moved towards the under and pretty significantly, which is interesting to see. We'll go ahead and look at the market movements, and I'm going to end up being on the Baltimore Orioles. Because the 77% of the bets, 84% of the money is on the Red Sox, and the line has moved towards the Orioles, which is weird, but interesting. I will be taking the Baltimore Orioles today. And I did want to look towards an over, but with the line movements kind of moving a lot towards the under and all the money's on the over, I can't do that. I'm just going to take the Baltimore Orioles here. Money line is plus 110. So line is moving towards Baltimore. I'll be on the Orioles again. Red Sox. See, that's the thing. All the money is on the Red Sox, and it's not moving their way. It doesn't make sense. Like, with the amount of money that's on them, the fact that they've dropped from 145 to 125 is crazy. So no, I'm taking the Orioles today. I'm taking the Orioles. We've got 2 more MLB baseball games, and it's this one was rained out yesterday. I think it got made up for another time because they're not playing a doubleheader today. Where does Atlanta go tomorrow? Atlanta goes home to play San Diego. Washington will be at home versus the San Francisco Giants. That's interesting to see. We got A.J. Smith-Schuster versus Trevor Williams. This is the same exact matchup as it was yesterday. So I don't want to really dive too deeply into it. Shaw versus 7 starts, 3-2 record, 2.33 ERA, 38 and 2/3 innings pitched, 10 earned runs, 17 walks, and 40 strikeouts. He's been solid this year. Trevor Williams has not been solid this year. He's been kind of rough. 9 starts, a 2-5 record, a 5.91 ERA, 45 and 2/3 innings pitched, 30 earned runs, 12 walks, and 38 strikeouts. And he's not been pitching well as of late. We talked about the fact that I believe Braves 103 WRC plus, which is just 1 WRC plus ahead of the Nationals against right-handed pitching. So ever so slightly moving towards that. Lines moved 5 cents towards the Atlanta Braves since the line opened, and it's moved from 8 to 7.5 to 8.5 to 8 to 8.5. So lines moved slightly towards the over since the opening line. All the money's on the Braves. 77% of the bets and 83% of the money is on the Atlanta Braves money line. And then 72 and 73 are on the over in this game. If anything, I kind of wanted to look towards the over, but I don't really feel the need to get involved in this one either. Just going to stay off of this one after they got rained out yesterday. So pass for me in this one. And now I'm realizing that I typed that game in wrong because it's not the White Sox that are next. Abilene Christian moneyline over Utah Valley. I love the small schools. That makes me so excited to see the small schools. What is the line on this one? Baseball. -130. I don't hate it. Utah Valley has been one of the better teams in the WAC this year. I believe they won the WAC. Let me look that. I believe they won the WAC this year. WAC baseball standings. No, Abilene Christian. No, Sac State did. Sorry, that was close though between Sac State and Abilene Christian. Utah Valley was up there along with Grand Canyon. That's what it was. Hey, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Although Utah Valley's been pretty solid. Nats +1.5. I don't hate the Nationals today again. Leading Braves to score first prop and Braves first 5 money line. They're on the road. They should. I feel like the Braves extended clip -2.5 today. Could. Minnesota Frost moneyline professional women's hockey league. I barely pay attention to the NHL, so I'm not paying attention to women's hockey. Sorry. Northeastern moneyline. That is a big number because I remember seeing that one against College of Charleston. That's -250. I'll be honest, and you should see it going through the scroller. Right after California money line and right before Texas money line is College of Charleston money line. So here, you're mentioning all the college baseball. Let's do this. Arizona -1.5. I believe that game started already. Yeah, that game started already. I don't know what the score is. I took Auburn against Texas A&M, I believe. Yeah, Auburn against Texas A&M. Tulane +3.5 versus UTSA. USC -1.5. Cal money line. CFC. They're hosting the CAA tournament. +185. Texas, ECU, Hawaii, Oklahoma State. I have Oklahoma State to win the Big 12 tournament. I believe that was 11-1. NC State money line today, and Fullerton because they are hosting the Big West tournament. So I do think that they have the home field advantage there. So there is my college baseball props for today, or games for today. And I can't wait. By the way, when it comes to regionals, I'll do night shows for the regionals because I know they're on the weekend. And where I'll have a very early show in the morning. And those will be the shows for that weekend because I won't be doing MLB or any of the other stuff. I'll be doing free pick videos for that, but a regional weekend and super regional weekend will be all college baseball. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Love the Pokes, Okie State. Yes, Okie State is going to make the tournament. Ready for it? Let's go to the final game of the day, and we get the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. Mariners -130 on the road with a total of 8.5 because we get George Kirby making his first start of the year after coming back from an injury. Kirby was amazing last year, but I have no numbers for him this year so far. Lance McCullers Jr. will be on the opposite side, and he proved me last time that he was able to pitch well because I did take Texas, and that one did not work out. But so far this year, he's pitched in 3 games, an 0-1 record, a 7.88 ERA amongst 8 innings. He has not pitched a lot. 7 earned runs, which all of them were against that Cincinnati in the 0.1 innings. And 6 strikeouts, 7 walks. Once again, this is a guy who has not pitched since 2022, besides the 3 starts. So a little bit cautious on that one. We'll go ahead and look at the numbers versus right-handed pitching. Seattle, 7th WRC plus at 113. Houston, all the way down at 19th at 100 WRC plus. So these are 2 teams that are average or above average hitting right-handed pitching. On the opposite side, or for the line movement, we have this line open up at -120 for Seattle. It's up to a 135. So the line has been moving towards the Mariners. The line opened up an 8 -120. Now it's an 8.5 -110 for the over. So the line has moved towards the over. It makes sense that the line's moving towards Seattle because 59% of the bets and 54% of the tickets are on the Mariners. Also, a lot of money is coming in on the over, or a lot of the bets, 95% of the bets, but only 72% of the money, which kind of thinks that this game is going to go under the total. I kind of want to go Seattle here. Once again, fading. Fading, who do you call it? Lance McCullers until he gets a little bit more underneath his belt. I like the Mariners. I like Kirby, even though he's making his first start. Unfortunately, I can't get a better line than minus 134. No, I'm going to actually pass on this game. And the only reason why is I don't want to lay a run line right now on Seattle as a plus 125 with Kirby making his first start. So I'm actually going to pass to end the card. We'll stick with my 5 plays in the MLB, which is going to be the under in the Texas game, Padres run line, Athletics run line, Guardians money line, and the Orioles money line. Florida again. I want to look deeper into that game. Mariners first to score prop. I don't hate that. Fever Dream over. Liberty cooked the sky. Let me pull up the WNBA. Fever Dream. Didn't they just play? I feel like they just played. They did, and it was 91-90. I'm going to end up being on the Fever and a bounce back spot after they should have won game 1, the first game against them. It's tough to beat the same team twice. Indiana's probably going to be my one play. And I can see going over because both these two teams are going to play with pace. And what is Indiana? Yeah, Atlanta's gone over in both games. Indiana did not in their first game, but it was only because Chicago scored 58 points. So I will be on Indiana, the Fever. And then for the New York game, I kind of want to be on Chicago after getting blown out. I think I'm going to grab Fever and the Sky today. Yeah, we'll go Fever minus 105, minus 4.5, minus 105 in the WNBA. Fever revenge game. After losing. Go there. And then I'm going to fade the Liberty. We can get 12.5 for the Sky at minus 115. All right, there's my 2 WNBA plays. Mariners World Series. I could see the Mariners definitely competing in the American League. The American League is quite weak because I look at the contenders there, and it's Seattle, Detroit, New York, maybe Boston if they can get their shit together. But I don't really see many teams coming out of the West or out of the AL. Astros reverse run line. Hey, if you're going to take it, take a big number on it. Or does Dodgers plus 250 World Series a lock? Pretty much. Let's head to the NBA, where we get the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder minus 7.5 with a total of 114.5. Last game was a game of halves because Minnesota looked good in the first half. They were up 4 at halftime. By the time the end of the third quarter ended, they were down 10. And by the time the game ended, they lost by 26. And it was just a kind of a resurgence of the Thunder in the second half. And it kind of proved to me, like I said during my playoff preview, the toughest series for the Oklahoma City Thunder was going to be the Denver Nuggets. And it's not a bias thing. And look at that series. It went 7 games and it was hard fought. It's not a bias thing. It was a horrible matchup for the Thunder, and they still managed to win that one. Minnesota is not a tough matchup for them. And Indiana or New York, probably won't be too tough of a matchup for them. Oklahoma City's going to walk through. They've got to get 7 more wins. I think they do it in 8 to 9 games. Realistically, I don't see the Thunder having to play a lot of games to win the championship. I have the Thunder minus 7.5. I think it goes back to Minnesota, tied up at 1. And when it comes to it, I will grab Minnesota game 3 at whatever number that is. Most likely, I feel like that one would be like a 2.5 or 3-point dog for Minnesota at home. I'm grabbing the Thunder, though, to completely roll in game 2. I think this is another double-digit win for the Thunder. Timberwolves plus 476 series. Ant-Man is him. Ant-Man is good. But no. Timberwolves plus 237. Cancel the series already. It's over. No way Minnesota wins. Oh, no. Minnesota will win. It will be game 3. It'll be game 3. But I came into this one saying that the Thunder are the best team in basketball. And honestly, I could see the Thunder sweeping the series. But I got the Thunder minus 7.5 here. This one's... I'm still confused on what to do in this game. We get the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes in game number 2. Canes have not won a Eastern Conference final game in the last 13 tries. I believe the crazy stat of the Buffalo Sabres have won a game in the Eastern Conference finals more recently than the Canes, which is absolutely bonkers. But I got to look at this one. 1-0 series lead for Florida. Florida absolutely dominated in game 1. It wasn't particularly close. We go and we look at the line movement for this so far. It opened up Carolina minus 127, and now I'm seeing Carolina minus 124. Slightly a 10-cent line moving towards the under as well. And I go and I look at the markets. Line moving slightly towards Panthers, and 58% of the money bets and 60% of the money's on Carolina. Part of me wants to say Carolina wins this game. I want to say Carolina, but I feel like the best option for me in this game is going to be taking the under. I feel like that's going to end up the route that I'm going to take. I wanted to take Carolina in this game. I just don't think that they're going to right the ship. And until they prove that they could win a game in the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't think I can touch them. I can get minus 122 for the under. I'm going to take the under 5.5 in this game and hope for there not to be a stupid amount of empty netters tonight. I'm taking the under. That's how I'm going to take this game. I can't take a side. I feel like if the Panthers win tonight, I think the Panthers sweep. Like I realistically think that Panthers are just the better team so far. I don't know. I don't know. My heart is in the bottom of my stomach when I watch this series. I can imagine for you. I know you're a Canes fan, so I don't hate it. Draw. I don't mind the draw in this game. Give me a 2-2 draw. Send it to overtime. That's like the only opportunity I can see of the Canes winning this game is overtime, which is why I can't bet the Canes, because I would want to take their puck line at like plus 200. And I just can't. Give me the under here, under 5.5. All the money's on the over. Line's moving towards the under. I don't hate the draw on this one. I like Lindell, goal. Listerinen, goal at 500 and 800 for those two guys. Canes have won 2 overtime games this playoff, which is exactly why I think if they're going to win this game or win any games in this series, they're going to have to be hard-fought under games. Hard-fought under games and overtime games. I don't see them winning a shootout against the Panthers. I don't think the Canes have enough shooters, enough offense in order to do that. I'm on the under in this game, under 5.5, minus 122. We're back in the Padres. We are back in the Padres today. First period, under. Yes, I can see the first period under in this game. Ew, not catching a falling knife. I guess they got to win like the Orioles yesterday. Why are the Padres on such a bad run right now? 3-7. They've lost 5 straight. Yeah, but I like the spot today. I like the spot today for the Padres. Jordan Blake goal, an Aho goal. Hey, if you're gonna take I don't want to see a lot of goal scorers, and the only reason why I'm taking the under. I don't want to see a lot of goals. So under 5.5 to end my card. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll got more college baseball tomorrow. We got more. We got a bunch of more stuff going tomorrow. So make sure you guys are following and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys then. Make sure you guys become a member of the YouTube channel. I'll put out the card every single day. So if you guys missed the show, you got it. And let's go for 6 straight winning days on the site. See you later, guys.